What if you could steal the number one spot from your competitors on Google in just 10 minutes without any coding, without any technical skills, without even knowing SEO? Just Claude and the right prompt stack. I'm going to show you that exactly in this video. Comment steal and I'll give you all the prompts for free. Now let's get into the video. Let's assume you want to rank for keywords like roof replacement and Austin is one of your cities. So let's assume you are a roofing contractor in Austin and one of the keywords that you'd want to rank for is roof replacement Austin. By the way, these are the kind of businesses we work with. So this is an automotive garage. We were able to take them literally from zero revenue to $2.8 million in revenue in just 11 months. This is an HVAC contractor. We took them from 140 calls in November to 300 plus calls in January, and we almost tripled their revenue flow. If you're looking to get results like this, head over to elventramarketing.com. The link is in the description. I have been doing SEO for close to 14 years, so I know a thing or two about SEO. If you want results like this, click on the get started button, book a call with us. But let's get back to the video and I'll show you exactly step by step how we achieve results like this using Claude Cowork. I'm going to give away all of the prompts for free as well. So this software is called Ahrefs. Basically, it's an SEO software that shows you how you can rank for any keyword, what sort of competition there is, what is the search volume. So this score that you see here, this is a keyword difficulty score out of 100. So the score for roof replacement Austin, for example, is 48. We take this number with a grain of salt, so it's not very accurate. But what we take a look at is which are the sites that are ranking in the search results. And this metric here, this is called domain rating. So domain rating basically stands for DR and UR, these two metrics. But what is more important of a metric is domain rating is basically an SEO score out of 100. So the higher the score is for a website, the more authoritative it is in the eyes of Google. So the top two ranking sites are Reddit and Yelp. So if I ignore them for a second, because Reddit is a forum and Yelp is a directory, the other ranking sites which would be our direct competitors are Austin Longhorn Roofing and Transcendent Roofing and Jamar Roofing. If I'm pronouncing them right, please excuse me there. They have an SEO score of 17, 80, 30 and 33. So from what I can see, this is a moderately competitive niche to be in. Anything where we are competing against DR 30 and above is generally decently competitive to be up against. It also depends on what is your SEO score right now. So what we can do is we can go here to maybe Google and let's do a Google search for this keyword. So if I just go here and I do keyword search for roof replacement Austin, and let's go to maybe somewhere like 5th page and pick up one of any random site. So something like Austin Roofing Company. I don't know what this site is and they have got a domain rating score of 25. So maybe not this one. I want to pick a site that has a lesser domain rating score. So I can give you a good example. So Texas Roof Repair, and they have a domain rating score of 15. So this would be a good example in our case. We just open this site. So let's assume we are Texas Roof Repair and we have to rank for something like this. The reason why I have taken Texas Roof Repair is most of the businesses and if you're watching this video, your SEO may not already be very good. That is why you are watching this video, right? So I want to understand how you can rank for these keywords if your SEO is not already really well. So from what I can see, let's assume Texas Roof Repair, their domain rating score is 15 and you wanted to rank for roof replacement Austin. So we are up against sites that have domain rating 17, 18 and 30. So one good news for us is generally from an SEO perspective, from an authority perspective, we are in a similar range. So now how do we use Claude Cowork? So this is the article that I put together and has 21 really solid Claude Cowork prompts that you can use. So first thing that we are going to do, and if you don't know what Claude Cowork is, Anthropic has built Claude Cowork. It is basically an alternative of ChatGPT. The difference between Claude Cowork and ChatGPT is Claude Cowork can actually go ahead and execute all of those tasks. So it can open Chrome browser, for example, and it can do those tasks for you. So if you give it the prompt that, okay, prepare this Excel sheet for me and do everything, instead of just back and forth chatting with you like what ChatGPT would do, Claude can actually do and execute all of those tasks for you. So now let's take a look at the first prompt. The first prompt that I have prepared, it's a very detailed prompt, and what it does is it asks for you to load all of the business context. So this this is where right at the first step, it starts acting as an experienced SEO who knows everything about your business. So rather than being a generalist SEO, it starts acting as a personalized SEO, like an SEO that has been working on your business. Maybe someone like us would come into your business, we would first understand what your business does, where is it in terms of SEO right now, what are the things that has been done, and where do we lack, and based on that only we'll tailor a strategy, right? We won't create a strategy just right off the bat without knowing everything. This is what we are doing, but we will have to fill all of the details here. So if you want to take a look, something like what are the business basics, what is the name, how long we have been in business, all of these boxes you have to fill. So this may take you 10 to 15 minutes to put together the first prompt. When you put together all of this, then you have to give it to Claude Cowork, and then Claude Cowork will have all of the data, all of the information that it needs to have. You have to just do this once though. Once you have given this, Claude Cowork has the brain and it has everything stored about your business there. Then I've divided all of the prompts into two parts. First part is the Google business profile part, because for a local business in particular, Google business profile is where you'd get the most amount of your leads, right? But at the same time, you do not want to be ignoring your website, because website caters to a larger TAM. Your Google business profile would only rank in the 5 to 10 miles radius where a physical business profile is. But the first part is, and I'll not go into explaining each of the prompt, but I tell you what exactly it does. So the first prompt does a full and very detailed GBP category audit. You can see it, and this is where it is different from the other ones. Is it will open Chrome and it will go to Google Maps, and you have to just give it what service you provide and what city you provide it, and then the keywords, and it will pull up your competitors and it will compare your Google business profile against theirs, and it will put together a list of all of the categories and subcategories that you're missing, and then it will also tell you, okay, go add all of this. This is the first prompt. So just doing this is one of the most highest ROI activities you can do right now. Just go ahead and execute this for your campaign, and moreover, once it comes up with all of the findings, you can even tell Claude Cowork, just go and execute this for me. Then the second one is GBP attributes audit. So there are so many attributes that your competitors have, like they're wheelchair accessible, or they have free estimates, or online appointments, or veteran owned. All of these, if they are relevant to you, what Claude Cowork would do is it will open Chrome and scrape all of that from your competitors, and it will show you if these are relevant to you. You can go ahead and add to your profile, or you can ask Claude Cowork to add to your profile. Next, this is very important one, is competitor review tear down. So what this one does is you will go and ask Claude Cowork to again open the Chrome browser and go to all of your top competitors and do a competitor review tear down of how many, and you can see all of these things. It will scrape like total review count, what is the average star rating, what is the review velocity. Review velocity is such an important ranking factor which gets ignored. How many reviews they have gotten in the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, all of that information, and this will be presented to you in a very, very nice format. So then you have a strict number that you know that, okay, weekly and monthly my competitors are getting these many number of reviews. So if I want to outrank them, I need to get at least this number of reviews, if not more. Similarly, review response strategy. This detailed prompt creates a very, very detailed review response strategy for you, and it also tells you how to handle the negative reviews, because that is the most important part of it. Anyone can handle the positive reviews, you can simply write thank you, but this tells you how to handle the negative reviews. It will also write the review responses for you, along with adding the keywords, location, all of that here. Then GBP posts are also very, very critical, because it shows Google that you are an active business and you are actively putting out content on your Google business profile. And again, most businesses, what they do is they mindlessly just publish content on their Google business profile. They don't do an analysis of what their competitors are doing, how many posts they are doing, what kind of posts they are doing. So this again does a full audit and analysis. So it goes to your GBP listing and your competitors, and it checks, so like how many posts they have done in the last 90 days, the frequency, what kind of post, the topics and themes covered, all of that information first it will soak in, and then only it will build a full posting plan for you. So just by using this, you are already so far ahead of your competitors, because you have analyzed their last 90 days worth of content, what kind of posts they are doing, what kind of post is getting traction, and then it has come up with a new strategy for you. So this is unlike ChatGPT or a general AI where you just type in that give me a 90-day posting plan and it just spits out a very, very generic advice. Other thing is services section optimization. Another very, very critical part of Google business profile optimization, that most businesses just listing out all of the services, but with the right descriptions and keyword rich description. So another thing we do is we take a guess on what service we should be adding. something. This prompt just takes away all of that from the equation. It makes sure that it again goes to Chrome and goes to all of those Google business profiles that you have listed, your competitors, scrapes them, looks at what services do they have and what do we have, what is the gap that we need to bridge, which services do they have extra, does it make sense for us, what are their description, what keywords they're using, all of that analysis it does, and then it presents to you with everything. And again, the best part is you can again ask Claude Cowork to just go and execute all of this information on your Google business profile. The only prerequisite obviously is that you need to be logged into the same Google business profile account in order for it to make those changes. So it will open business.google.com or go to your location, your Google business profile, and you should be logged into the same Gmail account where you have access to the backend of that Google business profile. But once you have the access, it will be able to just do all of that stuff for you. But at the same time, I would say, because it's a sensitive thing, either be present on the computer and see what it is doing. Don't give it blind access, or just take all of that data and do it yourself, or work with someone like us who knows exactly what they're doing, and we'll be able to get you great results like these, the ones that I showed you. But yes, this is almost 21 prompt system that is there, and then there is website side of things. If you want the whole prompt list, like I mentioned, comment on the video and I'll send everything to you. Yes, but that's about it for the video. Anyway, if you got some value from this one, hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. Drop a comment below with any of your questions. I read each comment and try and reply to each one of your questions with a very detailed answer. So make sure you drop your questions in the comments below. And subscribe if you want more AI and SEO related content every week. By the way, we took one business from $0 to $1.7 billion in revenue just through SEO in 11 months. If you want results like that for your business, link to book a call with us at Elementor Marketing is in the description. See you in the next one.